This video is presented by Canadian Gundam. $10 flat shipping cost from coast to Canadian coast. Please visit their website at canadiangundam.com.
Hey guys, this is War Smith, also known as Reggie Smith, and today for the Gunpla Network, I will be presenting the Altron Gundam Custom. The box art is unfortunately unimpressive here. Due to the fact that it's P Bandai, it's monochrome, which means you're only going to get it in this leaf green color. Which is disappointing because the actual art of the box is actually pretty good. It's featured a scene right out of the movie where Ultron is fighting Wing Zero in the stratosphere, where a hero is trying to reach the Earth with the other Gundams to try to stop Marimea, but Wu Fei did his heel turn and is dick blocking, unfortunately, hero. Good artwork, but unfortunately it just does not impress me, so I'm gonna have to give this a 6 out of 10. The build is fairly simple. This is now my 12th Gundam Wing Master Grade, which means at this point I can build this with my eyes closed. It's really straightforward, and just like I said in the Sandrock review, the Master Grade Gundam Wing series is one of the best entry points for any Master Grade builder who's trying to begin in this line. Straightforward, you get standard posing, you get nice detail, and it's very quick and easy and a lot to clean up. However, I will note here that the problem with Altron is due to the green coloring. You're going to get a couple of bad nubs, which was not featured as much in the Shenlong due to the color choices. Otherwise, I will say that the build was about, again, a 7 out of 10. The overall look of Altron Gundam Custom is pretty good. What really stands out compared to Shenlong is the two-tone greens. You get this dark green, and then you get a leaf green on top of some yellow and red accents, and then you get this almost cold white color and the blacks in the feet. It looks pretty good and almost on par with the anime model, even though I can tell due to it being a master grade, some alterations were made. I can't quite put my finger on it, but it's not a one-for-one copy of the anime. Otherwise, it really looks good, and the thing that's going to stand out the most here are the Dragon Fangs. The Dragon Fangs are the main look and the main aesthetic of the Altron Gundam. Otherwise, I will say it looks phenomenal. I will give the looks of Altron Custom an 8 out of 10. Articulation is fairly standard here. As I've said before, I feel that the Master Grade wing kits are the standard for any modern day Master Grade. You're going to get some good posability, you're going to get some good bending with some slight armor shifting here and there. Good enough amount of panel line detailing, and just it can do whatever you want it to do. Nothing too flashy, but nothing lacking or missing or disappointing you. You can move it fairly well. Now I have to do a little bit of separate articulation for the Dragon Fangs. The Dragon Fangs work on a little bit of a peg system, so you're getting these square red blocks. You need at least 5 for it to be able to hold on to the arms. The bottom and the top must stay on at all times. The other 3, you can adjust them as much as you want. You can add 10 more. You could take away 5. Now, by themselves, the Dragon Fangs aren't going to get you very far. While they look good, they are a bit on the heavy side due to it having a little bit of an inner frame. So, Bandai was actually smart enough and gave you these white stands that you could put the Dragon Fangs onto, which allows you to pose them in any way with the lengths. And it works pretty well. It's simple yet effective. Dragon Fangs can work well with you. You need a little bit of patience, and you also need to be mindful that the pegs interlock with each other. So it only takes one twist clockwise to get them off in sync with each other, which could possibly make them fall. But so long as you're mindful of that, the Dragon Fangs will work with you no problem. I will give the articulation of both the Altron Gundam and the Dragon Fangs a 7.5 out of 10. Well, with this kit, when it comes to the accessories, You're really only here for the Dragon Fangs. And those are going to be, for a lot of people, the make or break into why they want to avoid the Ultron Gundam Custom. This is really what you're getting the kit for. You're getting the Dragon Fangs, which can move however you want them to. They look fairly great, even though there are a few stickers in the eye, so you may want to paint the stickers. The only other accessory you're going to get here is the double beam trident, which is almost the exact same as you would get on the Shenlong, except now you're going to get 2 parts for 2 beam effects instead of 1. So this is a Gundam with not a lot of accessories, but the accessories are going to be the make and break here. I will give Ultron Gundam's accessories, again, a 7 out of 10. Now the fun factor. What is so fun about this kit? Again, here we go for the 3rd time. It's the Dragon Fangs. The Dragon Fangs are really what you want this kit for. Other than completing the Endless Waltz collection here. The Dragon Fangs are, again, the make and break. They look great. And really, it's also the Gundam itself. I'm not going to try to ignore the Gundam itself. The Gundam itself looks very fine. It's Wu-Fei. It's Kung Fu action with a lot of melee action onto it. And again, the accessories are low, but the few accessories that you have are going to be the make or break. And I do feel the fun factor here is really dependent on the fact of whether or not you're a Gundam Wing fan, and also if you're okay with lack of accessories. Are you good with posing? Can you think of awesome poses to do with this kit? Would you want to line them up with the other Endless Waltz kits? Can you think of cool battle action sets for it to go against, whether it's Wing Zero, or maybe you got a Barbatos and Exia? I think the fun factor of the Ultron Custom really comes down to your imagination and whether you are into or not into the Dragon Fangs. So I will give the fun factor a 7 out of 10. So my final thoughts here on Ultron Custom. Really, it is a little bit easier for me to justify buying this compared to Sandrock. With Sandrock, you really weren't getting almost nothing different from the original Sandrock release. Sandrock Custom is really about the cape, and I felt that the cape did not work on this kit. It was completely avoidable. All you had to do was buy a Master Grade Sandrock EW, paint it in custom colors, and there you go. Ultron is a little bit more difficult to decide whether or not to justify its purchase here, because the body itself is just Shenlong EW in Ultron colors. However, I do feel there's more justification in buying this as a separate release in comparison to Sandrock. And let me know if you've heard this. It's the Dragon Fangs. The Dragon Fangs and the completionist in me, or anyone of a Gunpla builder, is what's going to make you want to get this kit. Yes, you can get a Shenlong EW painted in Endless Waltz colors. Go get the 1/100 from 1997, rip the Dragon Fangs off of that, and somehow modify it to make it work. But I feel the overall detail is a lot better here. The Dragon Fangs are going to be a hell of a lot better here than the 1997 Dragon Fangs on Ultron. I do think that there is a little bit more going for it than, say, Sandrock Custom. With Sandrock Custom, you can just paint a normal Sandrock and there you go. It's going to be a little bit more tricky to do the Dragon Fangs with Shenlong. And also, you're going to not get the hole. The only reason the Dragon Fangs fit is there's a hole in the inner frame of the arm, which was built in, which allows you to put in the Dragon Fangs. So I do feel that Ultron Custom is enough of a difference to get it. Now, it's just mainly about the price. Yes, Supernova has an Ultron Custom, which in some way is superior to the Bandai one. I do think the accessories on that version are a lot better. However, Supernova is still a little bit unproven in my books, and needs more time to develop itself before I can justify going for a third-party alternative. So I'm going to say get this, but be mindful. I recently pre-ordered this. This is a reprint. This came out in 2015. If you want Ultron, you need to get him now. Because right now, if you look, you're going to be paying for about somewhere between $60 and $80, which is still a little bit more expensive than your standard Master Grade, but it's going to be worth it if you want the complete Endless Waltz collection. If you wait until after Christmas, Ultron is going to go up again in prices, and it's going to go back to what it was before when I was trying to get this in the summer, and I was going to have to shell out $140, and $140 is not worth for any Master Grade. Maybe a Perfect Grade, or maybe even the XS Gundam, but for a normal Master Grade, there is no way you could pay $140. So if you want it, get it while it's hot. This is 101 R. Smith, and I will see you later.